What up, what up, what up? This is Mike, the philosopher, here with the lovely TJ. How are you, dear?
I'm great.
All right, nice, nice. Now, we were talking about marriage in the last segment, and you wanted to kind of go in more on the differences of the generations, okay, like the Gen X and the Zs and the millennials and what are some of the differences? See, one of the differences I noticed, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that it seems like millennials and Z's want to be more taken care of. They kind of want to be more in a traditional role. And the Gen X are more independent. Hear me roar. I can do all bad all by myself. Different. I mean, correct me if
Okay.
I'm wrong. Is that correct, or correct me? What's going on?
Yeah, I think because Generation X have been through some things. Okay. We done
Mm-hmm.
been through some things, honey.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that, we had to scrape our way up. We had mom and dads that may have kicked us out at an early age. So we had to figure things out on our own, figure out. We went through struggles. And so a lot of times because we struggle, we wanted our kids to have everything that we didn't have. So in a
Mm-hmm.
way, we kind of messed up our kids. So they started
The
feeling
millennials.
entitled, the millennials.
Yeah.
So they started feeling entitled. Well, I want this, so it needs to be had. I need this, so daddy give this to me. So now that I'm in my 20s or my 30s, yeah, I'm gonna find me a man that's gonna do A, B, and C for me. So I don't have to work. I can get my nails and hair done. Okay, but Generation X, we weren't taught that way. Our parents was saying you gotta earn everything that you want. Anything that you want, you gotta work for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we busted our behinds to work for it. And so now when you get into these relationships, marriages or whatever, and they don't work, we're exhausted. By the age of 50, look, I'm exhausted. So I don't have time now to raise a boy to be a man. A
Mm-hmm.
boy, a guy that has a boy mentality, but he's 50, he's 47. I should not have to teach you how to be a man. You should already know because you should have went through some of the same struggles I did. And if you didn't, okay, good for you. But I don't have time to be teaching you how to be a man. Be a man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
hey,
I always find it weird when women tell men to be men.
be men.
That's huh?
Why do you find it? Because we
I,
see
I
aspects in
almost feel
that
like
person,
I just feel like it's not in a woman's place to tell a man to be a man.
but sometimes the man does not realize that he's acting like a child. You're acting like a child. And so therefore, you're making me, you're putting me in a position to where I'm telling you to man up, but you're supposed to be the leader. How am I supposed to
I agree.
follow you as a leader if you're acting like a child in certain situations?
I agree with that.
So
I
when a
agree with that.
woman is saying be a man, then obviously there's a certain situation that has happened where she feels like you're being childlike or you're having childlike characters where now she's looking at you with a little disrespect.
Yeah, I get that, and you can't really, I get. I always often feel like guys who are not hasn't been able to man up probably never had a man in the household. Okay,
And they probably didn't.
my father
Yep.
was there for my whole growing up. He's still there. Okay,
Mhm.
so I always had a great example, and I'm lucky for that. But I know I'm one of the lucky ones. A lot of especially in our community, a lot of brothers don't have their fathers in the household with them. I just found it, and look, if he is acting childish, then he does need to man up. I just feel like it's for a man to show him how to man up. A woman telling you to man up is not going to change him at all. You
It's
know what I
not.
mean?
It probably won't. If anything, it makes the situation worse.
Worse.
But at the same time, she's probably at her wits' end, because if you're in your 40s, late 40s, 50s, and you're still having childlike behaviors. I didn't marry another child. I didn't want to have 3 kids. I wanted a partner and 2 kids. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now I feel like everything is on me, because I can't even confide in you, or I can't talk to you about maybe finances or an important decision we have to make, because you can't figure it out, or I don't want to talk about this. This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is very important.
Yeah, but maybe he's just not the guy then.
Right. So then
Just
it's
leave him
like,
alone.
so then that's when you say man up. If that person does not try and take the initiative to change what she's telling him he needs to man up about, then you got to go, bro. You got to go, because I'm not raising 3 kids. I don't have the energy or the time.
Right.
And I, you as a man, you might not know this, but you run into a lot of men that has childlike characteristics, and it's such a turnoff.
I believe you. You're right. I'm a man. I don't date men. So, but right. I'll take your word for it. But at the same time, me dating a lot of women, I have a certain perspective about them too that you might not have, right?
Right.
But as far as those guys, they do need to man up, but it's not something that's going to change with the conversation. It's a learned behavior, and unfortunately, they probably was gypped out of that opportunity because they didn't have their fathers there to show them, or just a strong male, male figure in the household.
What do you do when you're married to that person and he's almost 50 years old?
What do you do with that?
What do you do with that?
You let him go, because if he hasn't gotten it by 50, then he's never going to get it. I don't think.
Exactly.
I hate to say that it's impossible, right? But that's like the one of your chubby friends getting a millionaire. It ain't impossible, but it's not impossible. It's not very likely, though. What I mean?
There are some beautiful BBWs out there.
There are some thick in the right places, and I get it. But I'm just saying that, I'm a numbers guy. I go by probability, percentages, chance, and I just think logically. And if the guy hasn't gotten it by 50, who's going to teach him? You know what I mean? He's probably not even at a point where he can look up to someone to teach him that part of it. You know what I mean?
But I think on that aspect, when you were talking before, how you feel like sometimes a woman, when they make more money and they start disrespecting the man, or they look down on the man, it depends on the situation. So that's why I'm saying, if the man is acting childlike, and that woman may be the breadwinner, but if she can't have simple adult conversations with him, and she has to make all the decisions, she's going to lose respect. And the more he's saying, I I demand respect because I am the king of this house, I know you ain't talking to me, bro.
Well,
I
here,
know.
okay,
Not when I,
and that's fair enough. But here's the thing, though. Women want men to protect their emotions. Okay, they want to put.
yes, I can say that. Yes.
Okay, women want men to protect their emotions and their feelings. Women need to protect men's ego. Okay, and oftentimes that deal is not being struck by the women, because the men do protect a lot of women feelings in a lot of ways. I mean, just the way we move, we don't. The only reason why Kevin Samuel, and I hate to keep bringing him up, but the only reason why he got all of the attention that he did is because he broke that deal of protecting women's feelings, because he seen that women were no longer protecting our feelings or our egos. So when he broke that contract, it caused all kind of ruckus. You see what I'm
So
saying?
what is a woman to say then if the man is having childlike behaviors?
Well, you just can't, like if he's that old, I don't think he's going to get it, because he's at an age where people are looking at him for answers right now. If he's
So, but
50 years
how am
old.
I protecting his emotion? What give me an example as far as what I should say to protect his emotion to where
Just say
he's
it's
still
not,
feeling.
I just don't think that it's working out. I think you're a great person, and that's why we connected in the first place. I think I'm just looking for something else in a person, and unfortunately, I don't see that in you, and I don't see that being a possibility. But
But really
we could.
though, do you think that's really realistic in real life? Do you really think that that really happens?
Why
That
not?
conversation goes that way?
It can it?
I think a woman gets fed up because you keep talking to the person over and over about what they need to
But see,
improve on. And so
but
then
here's
when
the
you
thing
get,
though, Tawana. You have to vet the people before you even get in these relationships, in these big deep relationships. You
and
should
you're
have been
right,
vetting them from the day one and
right.
find out, is this the type of person that I can rock with? Because you would have seen warning signs up until that conversation. You see
You
what
know,
I'm
me and my girlfriends, it's funny because me and my girlfriends a month ago was saying how it's so funny because when we raise our sons,
saying?
and they may fall, they may hurt themselves, they may get bullied. We're stroking their ego. You're good.
Right.
You're okay. You're blah blah blah. But once they, for some reason, once they get that certain age, it's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? You better go figure it out. Get it together. And then by the time they're a man, we're really like, really? Are you coming to me about this when you should be,
Right.
thinking that we talked about this? So, hello, I need for you to get an M on your chest and man up. I don't know.
I thought that was for Mike at first, but yeah, we could go with man.
I don't know what the breakdown, where the breakdown happens between from them being elementary toddlers to in their 20s, and it's like, okay, I done did all I can do. So
It's been said though, and you tell me if this is true. It's been said that women will protect their friends. Hey girl, you big, but you got it. Go ahead with your bad self. Yeah, you dope. Yeah. Yeah, they feed their friends egos, they feed their families egos, but they can't do that. Why?
that we can't figure that out because I think it's because we figured y'all should have figured it out along the way. Just like,
Didn't nobody else have to
but
figure that, like the family didn't have to figure that out, the friends didn't have to, that's an automatic given to them. You see what I'm saying? That
yeah, I
tolerance and that.
understand.
But why can't women do that with their men, especially
I
in the
don't
West? I'm
know.
not saying they don't do that in other places, but here It's a problem.
Honestly, I can't tell you. I think after a while, women just get tired. We get tired of coddling. We get tired of stroking that ego. And
So the
after a
place to
while,
drop the ball is your significant other.
huh?
That's the place to drop the ball is with your significant other, your man.
I think after a while, after so many times of trying to explain how their behavior is affecting the relationship and they still are not getting it, then the woman becomes frustrated. And after that, the respect starts going away. I start losing respect for you. Me
Do you start
personally,
losing respect for your family? Do you start losing respect for your friends? Do you start losing respect for them? No.
it depends on the situation.
You keep the same friends, you keep the same respect. The only people who are not allowed, it seems, the only people who are not allowed to be human is your spouse.
It depends on the person, but you're right about that. I would agree with that, Mike.
Yeah, and that's one of those mysteries that men would like to know. You give grace to everyone but your man. Does it have to do with maybe ego or wanting to be the man or to one up someone, your spouse?
No,
What is it?
it has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with, you know, the woman, a lot of times, and I'm just going to speak for myself. For me, a lot of times I get emotionally, I'm exhausted. Um, Physically, I'm exhausted when I come home from work. Okay. A lot of men say, okay, well, you just sit at your desk. I do more than sit at my desk. I'm going up and down the stairs. I'm picking up stuff. I'm lifting stuff. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Okay. So when I come home and we have to make an important decision and you're making stupid comments or you're joking about the situation, and I'm telling you, this is a serious situation. I went through a struggle, or I may have come up in a single parent household, but obviously I'm matured or I learned from my lessons. For some reason in there, you did not learn. So therefore, I'm outgrowing you. That's how I feel. We're going down two different paths because you're still stuck somewhere.
Right,
You're
but
stuck at
Tawana,
age 16, and here I am, 45, and you're 16. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
but
You
here's the
got to
thing
go.
though, you don't respond that way with your friends. If you could go, you can be going through the same scenario. You at work, or your friend might say something immature, or whatever the case may be. You're going to
And I
handle
let
it
her know.
totally different.
And I let her know. And after a while, me personally, I have cut off some of my female friends because I just can't. You're stuck. You're stuck at a certain age. And we've outgrown that. Girl, why are you still doing that? Why? Okay,
Do you?
so I'm
What is your longest relationship? Is it your girlfriends, or is it a man in your life?
um one of my girlfriends.
Okay, and that's the case for a lot of women. Is one of your longest relationships is your girlfriend because you give them a certain type of grace. Now, I admit being in a relationship is a different dynamic than having a
Yeah,
girlfriend.
because you don't see them every day.
You
You
don't,
don't.
right? Yeah, you don't see them every day.
You're not living
However,
with them.
right, but at the same time, there's a grace that's given to girlfriends. There's something that's been called the sisterhood. Do you believe in the sisterhood?
Explain the sisterhood
The
for me.
sisterhood is like black girl magic. It's like all black women, they kind of ride with each other. They kind of side with each other. They don't even need to know the details. It's almost as if black women separated themselves from black men in the black community. Like they are just one entity, and they cheerlead for each other, and they, ride for each other. They could.
Well, I'm going to say that we do uplift one another because we don't want to bring another woman down. But at the same time, if she's doing something wrong or if she's doing something that I don't agree with, I'm going to be real with her and tell her, because as a friend, as a sister, that's what I should be doing if I'm your real friend. I don't want no fakeness around me. So if I'm doing something wrong or if I did something to offend you, I want you to tell me. And, you know, sometimes friendships last for a season, a reason, you know, or a lifetime. And there's about 7 people I have cut from my life because they were just not growing with me. Or there's something that they were doing that I did not agree with, period. I don't believe in infidelity. If I see that you're supposed to be my girl, but you out and you have this side piece and you're married, that's a problem for me. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be nowhere near that. So I'm going to tell you. But if you continue to do your thing, okay, well, do your thing over there, but you don't need to contact me anymore.
Okay.
Because I don't condone that. So yes, I'm going to be as honest with her and raw with her as I need to be, because I expect for her to be that way with me. To me, that's what a true friend is.
Why do you think, though, that your longest relationship is with a girl and not with a guy, even if it's a friendship with a guy? Why? I mean, it could be a number of different things, but why do you think that is, and why do you think that that's most women, and why do you think
like
that
I
women
said,
give each other most grace? More grace.
It's not like we don't see them every day. We're not sleeping with them. You know what I'm saying? So, well, with your partner, you kind of know the ins and outs of your partner to a certain extent, because you can still always hide stuff from your partner. But for the most part, you know a lot of things about your partner, how he moves, how he acts, how he, talks to you.
Right, but but your friend knows just some of your deepest and darkest secrets. They know.
But that has nothing to do with anything.
But they know you even better than your man in
a
lot of cases, right?
But if my man is not acting right, if my man is saying he's the king of the house and a woman should be put in her place and I'm the king, so treat me as one, I'm just going to look at you like you stupid. Because if you want to talk about you the king and I'm supposed to be put in my place and do what a woman is supposed to do at home, then that's when I'm going to go below the belt, honestly. And I'm going to say, okay, if you the king, then why ain't you the breadwinner? Why ain't you providing for the house? Why am I doing it? Why am I doing all the things that you should be doing?
Let me ask you this, and that brings up a good point. All of a sudden, maybe not so all of a sudden, but I think it is kind of a sudden thing. It seemed like women feel like money determines who's the head of the household. Instead of a biblical understanding of it, they use money as a determining factor of head of the household. When did that flip like that? Because it used to come from the church. It didn't always come from money.
Well, I don't know about the church aspect of it, but
it was traditional that the man was the head of the household.
The head of the household, because he was supposed to be the provider and to take care of the family.
Right, but it seemed like as soon as women started to make money and become breadwinners, then they started flipping it and saying that they're the head of the household.
Well, they are, because they're bringing in the bread.
So if a man makes more money, is he head of the household? And is he the king? Can he say all of that stuff to you then?
it depends on how he's treating me. Just because you can make $1 billion and still treat a woman horribly. You can still abuse and beat her. I'm not going to be looking at him as no king. No.
I know, but those are,
Is he a provider?
those are different
Yes, those are
circumstances.
two.
He's just a bad person at that point. I'm
Yeah,
talking
so
about I'm talking about just money itself being the determining factor of head of household.
this is what I think a king is. Okay,
I mean,
a
it ain't, no,
king.
you know what? It don't have to do nothing with being a king or a queen. It's just head of household. Let's just go
Yes,
with
that
that.
he would be the head of the household because he is making way more money than me.
But what I'm saying is the money part of it. That is because a lot of men look at it like this. It doesn't matter. The money never made me head of household. Money is not going to stop me from being head of the household.
Mhm.
So I was never head of the household because I made more money than you. I was head of the
If you're
household because I am the man and I lead the household as like I'm not saying
but
I'm not saying that you don't have decision making power. Obviously you do. Even with me being the head of the household as a smart leader, I am going to listen to you, but I am the logical, person of this situation. And I
man,
am
why
the
do
head of
you
the
got to be
household.
the logical person? Why can't you both be
Well,
logical?
yeah, and that's true. But in my I don't want to get personal with my situations, but
Yeah,
what I'm saying is it's expected for the man to be the head of the household also.
and
Okay.
he is. And I guess, okay, so when you say it started in the churches, then I guess I understand that because biblically it says the man is over the woman is over the
And the wife
children.
is to help me, right?
Yeah, so um, to me, as long as he is a good leader, then to me, the woman should follow.
Even if she
Okay.
makes more money.
Even if she makes more money,
Okay.
then yes, the woman should follow as long as he is a good leader.
Now,
We don't
okay,
have a lot of good leaders that are men.
okay, well, I'm one. But anyway, let me say this.
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
know. I don't
just keeping it
know.
real. But what I'm saying is the problem is a leader is not going to be perfect. A leader is going to make
Right.
mistakes sometimes.
Yes.
Presidents makes mistakes sometimes.
Definitely.
CEOs make mistakes sometimes.
Yes.
The problem is in our community, the women will abandon ship with one bad mistake that the
No.
leader makes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Women are more forgiving than men.
Wow.
Women
You said that?
women are likely to take a man back after they've cheated, after they may have gambled, after they may have become an alcoholic. They have taken men back over and over and over. A man, if he even thinks you're cheating, he's out, he's gone.
That's true. That's true.
So no, I don't agree with that statement.
But I don't think, but that don't mean that they're more forgiving than men though. Because see, men have a short list of things that we need. We're very simple creatures. We have a very short list.
Mm-hmm. Which is
feed me, F me, and shut the F up and stay loyal. But that we're not asking for much. So the things that we ask for have weight to them. They are they're things that we really do expect. Respect being on the list too. But
so let me ask you, in a marriage, how do you think the role of the man should be and the role of the woman should be?
I think the woman should be the okay. You know how a CEO is not seen much but makes a lot of decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And how the president or the manager runs the entire corporation.
Okay.
I think the man should be the CEO and the woman should be the president and manage and run the entire household. And that means even the man falling in line as far as her program. Okay, dinner is going to be done at 6. I expect even you, CEO husband, to be at the table at 6 o'clock. Yes,
but
I will.
He's not helping the president. He's just
No. Well, no, he's not running the ship, so to speak. But okay, like a captain, right? The captain is telling you what direction we're going. We're going to Africa, okay?
Right.
Okay, but the ship and the skipper, they bailing the hatches and they doing all the stuff that needs to be done to sail us there. That's how I feel like it should be ran, okay?
And do you think that it's fair to say that the workers that are doing all of the work get exhausted?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Okay, so just like a boss, a CEO, and he has an assistant, the assistant is the one that runs the ship. Without the assistant, it's chaos.
By the way,
it's not working right. So if the assistant burns out, he's kind of defenseless. He doesn't know how to get things going because he's so used of the assistant doing all the work. So instead of maybe him and the assistant talking and saying, hey, can we compromise? Maybe you do this and I do this. It will help both of us. So then that way I don't get so burnt out that I can't do the work anymore. And then you're just left helpless. You understand what I'm saying?
A good CEO would have no problem with that.
Okay. And so then to me, a good leader doesn't just lead the way. Hey, this is the way.
Right. They don't just lead the way. They
joins in. He joins in with the workers.
Yeah. But that's what the husband is going to be doing. I'm not saying he's going to be chillaxing with a cold one with his hands in his pants like Al Bundy watching football all day.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, yeah, got to get those Packers in. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's what he's going to be doing all the time. Of course, I mean, he's going to be, look, any man worth his salt is going to be doing his part as far as the family organization. I mean, if you want a successful company, you got to be active. You know, Elon Musk is active. Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was active. The CEO, the husband is going to be active. We got to get this. We got to be a successful family. It's not going to be any much different. Now, this is what I will give you. There are probably not a lot of CEOs in our community.
There's not. That's the problem.
Okay. It's not a whole lot of them. Okay. Like I said, I'm one of the lucky ones who know how it's been. I've been married before. I know how the deal goes. I consider myself an excellent CEO. Okay. Now, maybe some of us men who are in that situation should put some of these guys under our arms and teach them how things is done. Okay. Because there's too many of them out there that don't know how it's done, and I will acknowledge that part. Okay, because for the women, I can see how it could be hard to get a quality guy if you have a whole bunch of single mothers only raising these boys and they don't have no father figure to really show them the ropes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
and then you have these boys that turn to men that, in a way, they want the woman to make all the decisions because they were so used to maybe their mother making the decisions.
Exactly.
And so then that's where the childlike characteristics kind of come, you know, into play. So, and we're not trying to have that. You know, I feel like it should be a partnership. It should be teamwork, and we should be working together. If I cook, hey babe, I'm gonna wash the dishes. Cool. If I sweep, you mop.
Hmm.
If I do the laundry, you help fold it with me. Like, why can't it be teamwork? If I have a problem with the kids, I don't want to say wait till your father gets home. I want us to sit
I'm not
down.
against, I'm not against teamwork, but here's another problem is that the same boy who grew up with his mother and no father in the house, the mother probably did not teach him a lot of stuff that would be in that arena. She didn't
But
teach
how
him how
can a
to cook
woman,
three-course
sometimes, how
meals,
can a
and
woman teach a boy to be a boy, to be a man?
that's why I encourage all our women to stay with the baby daddies. But
To stay with them
yes,
by any means necessary?
by most means necessary.
Mm,
uh,
sometimes it don't
yeah,
work out. A
yeah. I
lot of
know it's
times
hard.
it don't work out that way.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of times, I'm telling you, Mike, it just don't work that
Yeah, I
way.
know.
I
But thanks for
mean,
joining us. We gotta shut it down. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace, and we'll continue the conversation. Thanks.
holla.
Bye.